Main focus of the task is as follows. First, you should be able to figure out the required tools for the electrical circuit test. Second, you should be able to know how to use a multimeter. Third, you should be able to conduct the electrical continuity test and the insulation test to identify the electrical fault. Fourth, you should be able to understand the diagram of the air conditioning system and conduct the electrical connection test. Fifth, when identifying the part where the fault is, you should record the corresponding part on the diagram. Sixth, all sorts of cover or cap which had been opened to repair the fault should be reassembled to their original state. Please check the preparations and tools for this training. These are precautions. First, before repairing the electrical fault, you should put up a danger sign at the end of the power cord. Second, ensure that rubber insulation gloves are not torn before use. Third, insulation gloves must be worn when applying power. Fourth, you should be careful of getting an electric shock by the electrical leakage. Fifth, before using the equipment, you should be familiar with the manufacturer's manual. Sixth, the tools being used are run by batteries, so you should check the batteries before using them. Seventh, when the fault repair is complete, you should check whether the machine operates normally. Please check what you are going to perform on this task. Electrical continuity test and insulation test. Check the 0 point of the multimeter before testing. Turn on the earth leakage circuit breaker so that all control cables can be inspected through the power plug. Inspect the short circuit of the L and N wires in the power plug. Inspect the insulation of L and grounding wires in the power plug. Inspect the insulation of N and grounding wires in the power plug. The continuity test is conducted to examine if there is any disconnected part in the electrical wires that is connected to the inner part of the machine. The continuity test is a basic procedure which needs to be conducted before supplying power to the machine. This procedure must be completed in order to supply power to the machine. Test the continuity of the N wire on the control circuit from the power plug while checking the electrical drawings. Energizing the equipment without the electrical continuity test or insulation test may cause more serious failures on the equipment or electric shock, so the test must be conducted. It is recommended that every single wire shown in the drawing be tested for electrical continuity and insulation. Test the continuity of the L wire on the control circuit from the power plug while checking the electrical drawings. The current worker is measuring resistance to check for any disconnections. When conducting the continuity test, the power must be isolated. If using the multimeter in the wrong way when the power is being supplied, the power current could flow into the multimeter, which can damage the multimeter. During wiring work, you should make sure to examine the machine, connect wires according to the circuit diagram, and conduct the ground connection properly. Conduct the ground continuity test. Check the electrical diagram to identify where ground connection is done, and conduct the ground continuity test. If there occurs any electrical leakage in components without ground connection, this can lead to electric shock. Conduct an earth insulation test of the load circuit using a mega-ohm tester. Conduct a line-to-line insulation test of the load circuit using a mega-ohm tester. When measuring insulation resistance, do not supply power to the load. You can identify most of electrical faults only by conducting the basic electrical circuit test. Therefore, it is very important at an actual operation to conduct the electrical circuit test before supplying power for the first time. After all basic tests are completed, reassemble the machine that were disassembled and be ready to supply power. Rubber insulation gloves must be worn to prevent electrical shock when inspecting equipment with applied power. Before supplying power, measure the power outlet voltage using a digital multimeter so that the accurate voltage can be supplied to 220-volt line and 0-volt line on the diagram. Apply the power and verify that the circuit is properly energized. Before turning on the circuit breaker, use a multimeter to make sure that the main breaker is receiving electricity. Check if there's any electrical leakage at the inner part of the circuit and if ground connection is properly conducted. After confirming the electricity is flowing into the circuit, turn on the switch to examine how the circuit is operating. Due to the electrical flow inside the circuit, the equipment must be checked with rubber insulation gloves for the safety of the operator. Check whether the power and operation lamps properly work and the light bulb for loading on behalf of the motor is operating normally. The process of finding and repairing the fault. Disconnect the power from the main electrical circuit and cut the wires intentionally to open the circuit, causing a failure. At the part where the workers has just cut the wires, the failure is caused by disconnecting the wire that is connected to the magnetic switch. To check if there occurs any fault in the machine, supply power to it again. When connecting the power, you must wear rubber insulated gloves and should conduct the power voltage test. Measure the voltage at the power outlet so that the accurate voltage can be supplied to 220-volt line and 0-volt line on the diagram. Before applying power, inspection for leakage and short in the circuit must be conducted using a multimeter. If you confirm that there is no leakage or short circuit, turn on the switch to check the operation of the circuit. Inspect that the light bulb for loading does not turn on properly, unlike the normal state. Using a digital multimeter, check which part of the circuit has the problem. Inspect the magnetic switch area first because the bulb is not lit and the magnetic switch is not working. If the voltage is applied to the magnetic switch, but the magnetic switch does not work, it can be identified as a failure of the magnetic switch itself. If power is not applied to the switch, it can be identified as a problem with the line to the magnetic switch. Check the electric wires and contacts connected to the magnetic switch to identify the failure. If the fault is identified, turn off the power and repair the open circuit part. If the wire is broken, it can be repaired easily. Peel off the sheath of the broken wire and reconnect it using connectors. After the repair is finished, apply the power again to check if it is working properly. Before supplying power, wear rubber insulated gloves and conduct the power voltage test. When handling electricity for safety reasons, voltage checks of the main outlet, short circuit inspection in the circuit, and leakage inspection must be carried out at every step. Train this procedure repeatedly so that it can be performed as a habitual practice. After the power is supplied, check if the electricity is provided to the circuit. If it is confirmed that there is no problem, turn on the power cutoff switch to check if the fault is repaired. Check if the light bulb turns on properly, or if the voltage at the part that was repaired can be measured properly. If the repair is complete, clean up the used equipment. Especially, make sure that the lead wire of the equipment, such as a multimeter, is not disconnected. Examining the electrical installation on an actual air conditioning unit. For workers' safety, attach safety signs to circuit breaker, power outlet, and other equipment to prevent outsiders from operating them randomly. To check the diagram and the wiring of the air conditioning unit, disassemble some covers of outdoor and indoor unit. Using a digital multimeter, conduct the continuity test on the terminal L and N. Ground continuity inspection, earth insulation inspection, and interline insulation between L and N phases are conducted sequentially. If the resistance value between the two terminals is abnormal, it can cause fire due to the damage of circuit breaker trip and electrical components breakage or sparks. Therefore, check for any problems before supplying power. The actual air conditioning unit is consisted of outdoor and indoor unit, so there is also a communication wire that connects between the two. Be sure to inspect not only the main wire of the machine, but also the communication wire. The refrigeration unit usually consists of several basic control circuits that are operated by their own sequence, which operates following the whole sequence again. What is a sequential control? It is a control system which proceeds step by step according to a set sequence. If power is supplied with a switch, it operates the load according to the conditions of the auxiliary relay in the circuit or the switch. If the circuit test is completed, put the covers on the machine again and supply power. Control systems for refrigeration systems and air conditioners are divided into main and auxiliary circuits. If you conduct the design and the wiring by distinguishing each circuit part and control part, they can easily find the fault when the control system of the refrigeration unit has any problem and accurately conduct the repair by exchanging proper components. The actual wiring diagram might use a different operation method and components depending on the designer's intention and purpose. So, be sure to understand the control system by checking the wiring diagram provided by the manufacturer. Before supplying power, make sure to conduct the power voltage test so that the accurate voltage can be provided. Connect the power to the air conditioning unit and operate it to check if it works without any problems. Check again the key points of the task we've worked on in this training. In this training, we have learned how to diagnose and respond the electric failure of air conditioning unit. Everybody, thank you for your hard works.